Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team here on the PC. We are almost at the halfway point now as Season 1 with Nissan. It's round 12 tonight. We are heading to Silverstone in Northamptonshire for the British Grand Prix. And we are in kind of damage limitation mode, given the disastrous race weekend we had last night with Teo wrecking 2 cars across the Austrian Grand Prix weekend. One in sprint qualifying and then one completely rebuilt car with a brand new powertrain smashed into the same barrier in main qualifying, both on the start of his first lap as well, his first flying lap. So yeah, he's cost me an absolute fortune, and I'm now actively starting to scout out drivers to potentially replace him, because if he keeps doing this, he is going to bankrupt me, and that is not good. Our cars are not in great shape. I don't have any spare front wings, and I don't have any facility, any capacity at the moment to build any either. I'm gonna have to rush a couple of wings here as soon as this suspension is done, just to try and at least get some kind of separate, some backup into my cars. They're both running the same side pod, that's okay. So Mick's on the Mark II chassis, Teo's on the Mark 1. They're both currently on the Mark 1 front wing, because I haven't got any Mark IIs left. Mick's on the last remaining Mark II rear wing, Teo's on the Mark 1. They're both on the Mark II side pod. Mick's on the new Mark III underfloor, Teo's on the last remaining Mark II. And then for suspensions, Mick's on the brand new Mark III, Teo's on the last remaining Mark II. We will have another suspension tomorrow. I've got 2.7 million in the bank, and as you can see, we've got parts coming, more Mark III parts, but we've got such a backlog of parts that we need to build just to replace everything that's been smashed to bits. And now we are staring down the barrel of engine problems as well. This is the state of car 2. There you can see that engine was completely written off. That was a 70% engine going into qualifying for the sprint. It's now a 0% engine. So we put a brand new engine in for main qualifying, and well, for the sprint and then main qualifying. He got through the sprint okay, and then first lap of qualifying for the race smashed that one up as well. That's now down to 60%. He killed another gearbox as well. You can see this was a brand new gearbox that went in for the sprint and qualifying after the sprint, and he smashed that one to bits as well. And it's the same with the ERS. He killed that one there in sprint quali, got through the sprint and with the new one, and then smashed that one to pieces as well. So we're in real dire straits with powertrain parts as far as Porsche goes. Mick is a little better off, but he's also had a big shunt. So you can see he's got an extra engine. He's still on his he's on his second ERS as well, but it's much healthier. That one is going to need to be replaced at some point later. And he has an extra gearbox as well. So he is in better shape, but still rough shape. It's not looking good. How you doing, Wayne? How you doing, Dino? Good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else lurking in the chat as well. Please do say hello. There we go. We've got the extra suspension, so we can put that onto Porsche, give him a little bit of extra speed, some extra tyre protection, a little bit of extra downforce. Help pick his pace up just a little bit. I'm not expecting great things out of him this weekend, just because I don't have the money to replace the powertrains. And now I need to get those wings sorted. So I need to rush 2 of these. I can have 1 for qualifying. And then I'll have 1 for the day after qualifying. So I may as well just rush the 1. Got a little bit of time, I think, after Silverstone before we head to Hungary. I think. Let me check the calendar. Yeah, we've got 2 weeks, which is, you know, going to just about keep me alive, keep me alive in terms of parts. So we've had our scout reports back on Ben and Hugh. We have actually offered Hugh a contract to replace Powell next season. If he accepts it, then we will sign him and we will say goodbye to Powell. If he doesn't, then I might offer Ben a contract for next season, or I might just renew Powell. I'm not quite sure on that one yet, but definitely want to try and sign Hugh. He's definitely a big improvement. So we'll see if we can get him. Let's see. What else can we get done? Let me check my facilities. Oh, I'm 1 day away from the factory. Finally, 1 day away from getting that factory up and running. Let's get that done. Oh, hallelujah. Our boardroom is upgraded as well. Look at that. Lovely. That's now given me an extra slot to get parts manufactured. So that will help ease the backlog. So where am I short on stuff? Let me have a look at the warehouse. So chassis, front wings we're working on, rear wings. We need another rear wing. Well, let's have a quick actually look to see which parts are likely to break first. So the chassis here is okay. Front wing is going to get switched out. Rear wing is okay. So I've got a little bit of wiggle room on that. Side pods are... We're at medium risk here. We don't have another Mark II. So I think we have to get a side pod done. We don't have any new side pod in production either, or in development. So let's go with that then. Let's build 2 more side pods. There we go. And then when we come back from Silverstone, we'll be able to do some more wings at the normal rate instead of the rushed rate, and then we can also do something else, maybe get another underfloor going. So let me have a look actually at underfloors. So warehouse underfloors, I can now install that onto Teo as well. If he breaks it, he's going back down to that. If Mick breaks it, we'll still push Teo down. Teo's in the doghouse. So if there comes a problem with parts, Teo is paying the price. Simply because he's done the most damage this season so far. Right, inbox. Strategy prep. Warm, not expecting rain. Weather report says a little bit of drizzle on the Friday. Clear on the Saturday for the race, for quali and the final practice, and then dry for the race itself. Factory upgrade is done. Boardroom update is done. That will help with the board, who were not happy with Austria as was expected. So that's 2 disappointed races in a row. This is the downside to having scored a couple of points early on, is that now their expectations have been peaked a little bit. So since Monte Carlo, when we got those points at Monaco, we had a satisfied at Montreal, disappointed in Barcelona, disappointed in Spielberg. It's not going well. So got to watch out for that. In terms of where everything here is okay at the moment, Team Hub is still 20 days away, so 3 weeks away from getting the Team Hub leveled up. Race Sim at level 3 isn't likely to get upgraded again this season now. Boardroom has just been done. Hospitality's okay. Helipad's okay. Tour centre's okay. Memorabilia's okay. Would be nice to get another level on the weather centre. It's 1.5 mil, but I don't really want to spend that money yet. Too many other things to spend money on. Like a new gearbox, for example. We will hold off on that while we can, I think. Yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to head to Silverstone. So, in terms of car performance, very much the worst car on the grid now for Teo. A little bit better for Mick, but it's still not great. Still missing too many important parts. So, we're going to go 18th for Mick, because I think we can achieve that. And we're going to go 20th for Teo, because I just don't think we can get him up to 18th here this weekend.
Welcome, and come on in to the home of British motor racing. We're here in legendary Silverstone, where the very first Formula One World Championship Grand Prix was held back in 1950. It's a place where every tuft of grass breathes motorsport, and the crowd are already crackling with excitement.
It's Ferrari who are currently ahead in the constructors' standings. And at the season halfway point, time is starting to run out for teams to push ahead.
Let's see what the weekend has in store.
Yeah, Ferrari's had a really strong start to the season. Sainz in particular has had a really strong start as well. Despite not getting anywhere near as strong a results performance as his teammate, he's been more consistent. And as such, he currently leads the World Championship by quite a decent margin, actually, over his teammate. So he's got that going for him. Off to Williams next season. Could be going there as the defending world champion if everything continues the way it's going at the moment. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Let's go with that gearbox. We'll save the other one for sprint weekends. Run plan for Silverstone 17 laps, so we are going to go with 25 laps. Let's see how we get on with that. We're on the enters, done those. Let's do the setup now. So, going to go with a 6 on the front wing and an 11.5 on the rear. I'm going to go with... Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm going to go with an 8.2 on this car. And then I'm going to push that up to almost all the way up and just bring that up a little bit more as well. And then we'll go to a 9.1 and probably drop the front wing down a touch on Porsche's car. So let's start working on this one. Go with that engine. Got to go with that ERS. He's going to have ERS issues this weekend. There's no way around that. Don't have 2.5 mil for a new ERS unit this weekend. Again, we'll give him 25 laps. Do his pace settings. And let's do his setup now. So let's do something slightly different. We'll go to a 5.5. Again, we'll go 11.5 on the rear. We'll go to that 9.1. And then we'll do that with this car, I think. Let's see if this gets close. We may well have to push the rear wing up to a 12. It's possible we may have to drop it to an 11, but I think 11.5 is going to be the sweet spot for this track here. It is entirely his fault, Dino. Yes, exactly. Right, let's send out both of them. Okay, Ollie Behrman is in for Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. No sign of Pato Award this weekend. Kasper Stucker is getting another run out for Red Bull. This time sitting in for Max. Freddie Vesti's in for George Russell. Pietro Fittipaldi is in for Kevin Magnussen. Zane Maloney is in for Valtteri Bottas. That's it for the rookies. We don't have a rookie that we can put in the car, or that's worth putting in the car. The only one I want to put in is Tuka, opponent, and he is too young. Does not have a license yet. Super license.
Okay, so good work on those brakes and tires.
Copy.
It'd be great if I could dock his salary for crashing. Yeah, it'd be great if I could send a repair ball to another team if they take me out. Alright, let's speed up time, shall we? Just waiting for the inevitable screech and crunch. You break it, you buy it. Yeah, for Porsche, it's you break it, you're dead.
I am not fully ready, okay?
Yeah. You break my car, I'll break your legs.
Rear zone, cool side.
Right, how long are we going to have wet weather in this session? Till about 25 minutes in. Been another warm day today. It's going to be even hotter tomorrow, according to the weather prediction. Should hopefully cool down a bit on Sunday. Been a very hot, sticky day today.
Tires are on the cold side.
All right, about to get some feedback. Oh, yellow flag. Please don't be Teo. Teo's still moving. So that's a good sign. Is Hamilton having a spin? And that looks like that is at Vale. Oh, look at that. We nailed it for Teo. First time out the gate. That's fantastic.
Copy, mate.
And we got pretty close to Mick as well. We got 94%, so we're going to need a little bit of tweaking on his car, but one of them is done already. That's a huge boost. Shame there's no record button. For what? Alright, track is starting to dry up. We can be a little reckless with the inters. I'm going to worry about making sure they are available at later points in the weekend. Oh, for you to capture Hamilton spinning. Alright, issues for Stucker. That car has gone orange, as has Behrman in that Ferrari. So Sainz is getting something new, and so is Verstappen. Let's see. So for Behrman, it's the ERS that's just gone orange. So that'll be a new ERS unit going into Sainz's car. And it's gearbox on Stucker. So that'll be a new gearbox for Max in FP2.
How are the tires?
Getting worse.
Copy.
Yeah, tyres are falling apart. We should probably call these guys in now. Oh, yeah. Very much so.
Yeah, mate, copy all that.
So down the hanger straight into Stowe.
Copy, copy.
And peeling off into the pits for Teo. There's Mick
Stop
in the
our
background,
box.
also peeling off.
Stop in our box.
Copy, pit entry.
Pit limiter on.
Stop pit position.
So yeah, there we go. Out the gate straight away for Teo. That's fantastic. We do need to do a little bit of tweaking for Mick, but nothing too substantial. Let's have a look. There's nothing that's obvious. We need to find 6%, and it's just going to be one thing that's going to move most of these. That could just be simply changing the tyre camber. And then maybe just bringing the toe back a little bit. I'm going to go with that, I think. Oh, no, not revert. Run plan. There we go. Oh, I know Steve Ryder. I was going to say, I saw he typed Steve Ryder as one word, and I was like, who is Steve Ryder? But Steve Ryder, yeah, I know Steve Ryder. I know him back from the days of Grandstand when he took over from Des Lynam. He did BBC's Formula One coverage for a while, didn't he? He's got to be, what, starting to push 70 now, I would have thought. I remember Jim Rosenthal doing it on ITV. He was their go-to man on ITV. Anytime there was any kind of sporting events, like quick wheel out Jim Rosenthal. Alright, let's have a look, shall we? We're in dry weather. Do I want to keep the hard tyres? 75, yeah, so I knew it'd be, you know, somewhere up in that kind of window of around 70 something. Let's go another 25 laps. Might get more rain in this session, so I'm going to go with the mediums and we'll put the hards on in the next session. Change those to mediums. There we go. And I'm going to get a little bit of rain, but nothing too bad. And not for too long either.
Okay. Copy.
And there is the weather.
Okay.
And we're back into dry weather again. Now that the track's drying up and those who came out when it was wet on the dry tyres are going to start dropping us way down the order.
What's your feedback?
Did we make any improvement with Mick? I don't think we did. No, we went the wrong way.
Okay, copy.
We'll let them finish their runs, and at least we know... Well, I say at least we know. We should get a little bit of a clearer picture as to which direction we need to move, which sliders now. Because we will have put some things from great into good by the look of it.
Copy.
Evening, Clark. Nice hat.
Copy.
So Mick is about half a second a lap quicker. There we go. So we now have the cornering in the right kind of window, and that's going to make it much easier for us to figure everything else out. And I think that might be it. All right, as we bring this session to a close, I'm just going to pop a quick ad break. So then, on to Saturday, and we should have a new front wing available for Mick now. There it is. So we will install that on his car. And look at the improvement between the Mark II and the Mark I. He's gaining 34 points, 0.34 G in the low speed. That's quite a lot. It's a decent amount in the medium speed as well. Just a little bit in the high speed, but another 3% of dirty air tolerance as well. And also gains a little bit of an extra boost on his tyre wear, although that's pretty negligible. The rest of the car is not looking amazing. Neither is Teo's. We're on the hard tyres for this session. We are at 93%, and we'll hopefully be at 93% here as well, because I'm pretty sure those changes are going to do it for us. We're going to go with 22 laps, because I think that should be enough to get us all the way up to 100% prep.
Green, green.
Oh, yeah, house shopping, are you, Clark? What are you looking for? You're looking for a good little dungeon basement to turn into a man cave.
Copy, copy.
Okay, very good work on tires and brakes now.
Yeah.
Oh, you've already purchased it. You're something of a unicorn then. You actually have been able to buy a house. let's just take a lap with Mick around this circuit. So the lap starts with this double right-hander at club onto the Hamilton straight. Accelerating hard into the fast right-hander of Abbey before this long sweeping left at Farm. Heavy braking into Village before the little switchback here at the loop. And then foot to the floor and flat out accelerating through Aintree onto the Wellington straight. Before sweeping into Brooklands. And then the long right-hander of Luffield. Past the old entrance to the pits as we go through Woodcote. Along the old pit straight. Into Cots, not quite flat, but not far off. Then into Maggots, Beckett's, and then through Chapel onto the Hanger Straight. And then into Stowe. That could be a good overtaking opportunity for us this weekend, maybe. And then blasting down here into Vale and back to Club to complete the lap. There we go, that is a lap with Silverstone. And we are close to getting feedback from Schumacher. Have we fixed the car setup? No, not quite.
What's your feedback?
We've got closer, but we're still not quite there.
Felt really good.
Okay, copy.
Oh, you've been enjoying the precincts. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to play that. I'm almost done with it, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff I'll probably do off camera that I won't bother recording. But in terms of the actual recording playthrough, I'm done with the story now. I'm just going to put out a couple more videos and then we'll call it, I think, on that series. But yeah, I really enjoyed that game. Alright, so we're going to call in Pourchaire because he is now done. I'm going to keep Mick out a little bit longer, just so we get that little bit of a buffer to compensate if we can't get this right. Need him to stay out a couple more laps yet. All right, so it's close. Is it that? Or is it that? I'm gonna go with that, I think. I don't know, actually. So we're there. I think I'm more inclined to do We're inclined to do that, I think. And hopefully that'll be enough. Once his driver prep's at 100. So if we make it worse, he might not be okay. But if he... how is Mick's tyre wear so much lower than Porsche's? I don't understand that. He only stayed out an extra few laps. Not that much longer. Not enough to do 12% extra tyre wear. That's a pretty good time for Oscar to go top. Ferraris are up there as well, and so's Norris. Max not looking amazing. Perez down 10th. Again, it's practice, so can't read too much into it. But yeah, not looking amazing for Red Bull this weekend. Take a look at where everyone else is in terms of powertrains, etc. So Leclerc's got a new gearbox and a fairly new battery this weekend. Sainz has got a brand new ERS, we knew about that. Piastri has got a weaker engine and a weak gearbox, so Piastri could have some issues as this race weekend continues. Lando is in pretty strong shape engine-wise, new gearbox, battery should be okay. Max, new gearbox for him. Engine's not amazing, but it's all right. Battery's fine. Checo, okay engine, good gearbox, very good ERS. George is going to have some issues with ERS and possibly gearbox as well. Hamilton's got a new gearbox, a pretty new engine. Battery should be okay. Ocon's going to be fine. Gasly, brand new powertrain here for both engine and gearbox this weekend. Alex Albon, new ERS units. Sargents should be fine. Magnussen should be fine. He's got a new gearbox. Hulkenberg could have some battery issues as his weekend continues. Ricciardo, yeah, that Red Bull Junior team car looking fine there. Tsunoda's engine's not amazing, but it's okay. The rest of the car's fine. Valtteri should be fine. Joe should be... actually, no, Joe's going to have some battery issues at some point, I think. Stroll should be okay. Same for Alonso. I mean, they may hit some minor issues with the battery for both of the Astons, but apart from that, they're fine. And that is everybody else. And we are ready for qualifying.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
The high-speed corners at Silverstone are a great challenge for the cars and drivers. The technical Sector 1 rewards strong mechanical grip, while high-speed aerodynamic efficiency will come into play in the final two sectors.
In terms of Lance Stroll, how do you think he's doing, Karun?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
Okay then, let's get prepped, shall we? So, got to put the best parts we can in the car. It's going to be a 93 engine for Schumacher. There we go. Putting all of our eggs in the Schumacher basket pace-wise. Let's double check he's got preference or priority on whatever parts we've got. Okay. And Mateo. I have to go with that engine. Do not want a 59% engine here this weekend, really. Not on this circuit. It'll be fine for Hungary, but not here. And we are potentially going to have some ERS issues this weekend for Teo. Right, let's send them out, shall we?
Should be green now. So main focus, scrubbing the tires now.
Copy.
This is a good position for us. Go on.
Right, first of the Ferraris is making its way out. That's Carlos Sainz. Gasly also exiting the pits. We've got Max Verstappen in between our two drivers. Not close enough to either to cause issues. And Zhou now popping out.
Clear ahead. And push.
It's quite a long pit lane here, so Porsche is now fine until he hits that traffic that's already on track. Not quite there for Mick yet, as Alonso starts to exit the pit lane. Is he going to get in our way? I think he might just come out in front of us. There's Stroll coming out as well. He's not going to be an issue. There is Alonso. And he is going to block us. Ah, damn it. Losing time through the loop. Hopefully it wasn't too much time. Let's see what the sectors look like. Porsche is down by a tenth to Verstappen. Mick is a further tenth down on Porsche. Seven for Teo. 38.6 for Max. So we're only a couple of tenths down on Verstappen at the moment. 1:38.5 for Mick. He's quickest of everybody in the middle sector. That is Joe. Oh man, that's a huge lift that we had to do through Stowe.
Nothing you could have done.
Damn it, that's Mick's lap ruined. So Porsche is second by just 22 thousandths of a second. Mick could have gone top, but won't now.
Copy.
Oh, he will. Wow. Mick goes top by 2/10. So it looks like Porsche and Verstappen also might have been held up slightly because Mick, despite that huge lift at Stowe, was still 3/10 quicker than Max. Wow, did not expect that. I don't think we're going to stay there. I mean, you can see already Sainz is 4/10 up just in the opening sector. But that's a decent start. Here is Carlos. Oh, he's going to get blocked as well. Although, I think that's Hulkenberg starting a lap, so he might actually lose any time here. No, he didn't. He goes purple, 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 and is 2 seconds quicker than we are. Gasly goes ahead of us by about 3/10 of a second. We've got time to find. I think we probably lost a good couple of tenths at least, just in Stowe. If not more. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost more than 2/10. So I definitely think that Mick's got some pace potential here. I'm not sure what more Porsche can do. Max just didn't look great anywhere on that lap.
Copy, penetrate.
Pit limiter on.
Stop in position.
You're a fan of the livery. Yeah, it's a really nice livery, isn't it? There is a metallic variant, which I might run later in the season. All right, let's prep him for another run. A little bit of traffic on the road at the moment. Evening, Victor. Yuki Tsunoda is putting in a good lap here. Is it going to be enough? I don't think it is. Leclerc is chasing him down, but he's down half a second in the middle sector alone. What can Tsunoda do? It's second place, just a 10th behind Sainz. Leclerc only good enough for 5th, a second off the pace at the moment. All right, and now we're going to send our boys out.
Your mirrors. Suzuka, you need to warm up.
Copy.
And Ricardo's gone P3. So once again, RB looking amazingly good at the moment. Hamilton in P4. Russell P5. Mercedes look like they might have found something here. Oscar warming up to start his flying lap. Norris still yet to leave the garage. Oh, speak of the devil. There he is. Popping out the pits. Little bit of reaction from the crowd there as he makes his way out. Sainz coming out for another run now as well. And it's 25.4 for Oscar. That's a very good first sector. Purple. Can he keep it going through the rest of the lap? Looks like the track might be ramping up a little bit.
Okay, let's go.
The tires are now in the window. Come on.
Go, 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 go.
Out of Chapel and onto the hangar straight for Oscar Piastri. He's purple in the middle sector as well. Porsche's got a little bit of traffic through Farm. Oscar may be getting held... Oh, he is getting held up by Valtteri here. And this might stop him going top. It does. He slots into 4th place.
Yeah, we saw it.
Mick gets traffic again. This time it's one of the Alpines. Gasly. So, no improvement for either of our drivers in the first sector. Perez has popped up to 3rd. No improvement for Porsche in the middle sector. He might have been held up by Ocon. There he is. Gets out of the way of Mick. Mick doesn't improve either, but he's nearly a second quicker through the middle sector. He's up 1 second over Porsche on this lap. Porsche finds a little bit in the final sector, and so does Mick, and he actually improves his time ever so slightly. So Mick's looking okay at the moment to go through, but just Porsche doesn't look like he's got a hope in hell of getting through at this point. Norris is on a flyer. Max on an outlap. He needs to find an improvement down in the drop zone. We will have time for one more run on a brand new set of softs. So we can just make sure that Mick stays safe, because Norris is going to bump him into the drop zone. And Lando goes up to P4 with a purple final sector. Let's see who is on a good lap at the moment. Here comes Sainz. Is he going to improve? No, he's not. Nobody really improving at the moment. Here comes Max to start his probably his final attempt at a run. He might have time for one more run. I don't know. How are his tyres looking?
Pit lane.
New.
We will stop on the mark.
Good entry.
Pit limiter on.
Stop pit position.
So 25.6 for Max in the first sector. Leclerc's improving as well. Hamilton is not improving at the moment. A little bit of traffic on the Hangar Straight. Hamilton's going to get held up, I think. Nope, he gets through, I think, without being held up. Might be an issue for Leclerc, though, who's just gone purple in the middle sector. That's Sainz. Sainz definitely holds up Leclerc. Max goes up to P2. Big improvement for Verstappen there. And it's a terrible final sector for Charles. He goes 7th, 3/10 off, and I think he lost at least 3/10. I mean, if you look at Max's time, you look at Leclerc's time, I think Leclerc probably lost close to a second in that final sector. I think Leclerc would have gone top with that lap. Right, getting close to needing to go. Send out Teo. Here come the rest of the grid. And out we go with Schumacher. So Porsche is in peak confidence, just. How's Mick doing, confidence-wise? He should be about the same, I think. Yeah, he's just in peak confidence. We've got a Haas on a flying lap. That's going to be Nico Hülkenberg. We get out of his way.
This is a good position for us. Go on.
Joe's crossed the line and is done. So he's out in 19th at the moment. He's not going to go further. Piastri goes top with a 126.8. Barely a 126.8. The 1,000th short of a 126.9.
Clear ahead. So let's get going.
Porsche starts to push. Magnussen gets out of the way. Sorry, Hülkenberg gets out of the way. It'd be nice to move Porsche up the order a little bit, but I think, like I say, our best chance of result is going to be with Schumacher today. A personal best, 25.9 for Porsche. That's on par with Ocon. .25.4 for Sainz. He's flying at the moment. 26.1 for Mick. Not a good start to the lap. There is Hülkenberg. Need him to move out of the way before we hit Cops. We go through Cops. No hold up. Porsche on a personal best again, and Mick again is down. Looks like Porsche is going to go quicker. Porsche goes up to 17th. He just misses out on beating Ocon. Mick is not doing enough. Mick is going out. Sainz retakes top spot by 0.2 of a second from Piastri. What happened to Mick? 24.0 at the end. He did improve his split just by a couple of tenths, but he's out in 20th. Stroll and Gasly is still out there improving. Albon is coming up to the line. Could be relegated to the back row here for Mick. And it is. He will start 21st. Stroll is not going to improve. Gasly isn't going to improve enough either. And their middle sectors are both way down on Teo. Albon already done, as you can see. Yeah, Gasly is out in 20th. Albon's 19th, Stroll 18th, 17th for Teo. And he was half a second quicker than Mick in the end there, which I'm not quite sure how that happened, but yeah, not great. Not great at all. So, Sainz put it on top in that session. Let's see who sticks it on pole. It's Lando. It's a McLaren front row. Ferrari locking out the second row. Max is in 5th ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. Then it's Perez, Alonso, Russell, and then Hamilton. No Ricciardo in the top 10, which is a little bit of a surprise, actually, considering how well that car's been going these last few races. But it's Norris from Piastri, Sainz from Leclerc at the very top of the grid. There is Ricciardo in 11th. Porsche has a 3-place penalty, I think. Not quite sure what that's for.
52 laps around Silverstone await our drivers as the anticipation continues to build.
Silverstone is certainly a circuit rich in Formula One history, from Giuseppe Farina winning the first championship race held here in 1950, right through to Lewis Hamilton's 2008 masterclass on racing in the rain.
Silverstone is a power circuit. It demands downforce and total confidence in the car for a driver to keep their foot planted through Sector 2, through the high-speed corners at Woodcote and at Copse, and carrying on through Maggots and Beckett's. The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
Okay, let's take a look then at the starting grid, shall we? So, it's a 5-place penalty. What's that for? He hasn't taken any new engine parts. So why has he got a 5-place penalty? Does it think that I've put a new engine in his car? We're on engine number 4. That's not a new engine, though. I don't understand that. I don't understand why it's giving me a penalty for that. Bizarre. We can pull off the 2-stop here with softs to mediums to softs. We will do that. We'll keep the softs for the final stint, and if we get a safety car somewhere around about here in the early lap 30s, then we can put on a set of mediums to go to the end. But we are going to 2-stop it with both drivers. I'm not going to change their starting strategies in any way. I'm not going to take any fuel out. I'm actually going to put 2 laps of fuel in so that we can push the fuel. Because it's quite hard to save fuel and still be on the pace around this circuit. We are way at the back. P20 and P22. Target for Mick is 18th. Target for Teo is 20th. So both drivers need to gain 2 places. Can we do it? Let's find out as the British Grand Prix is next.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. You and I won't be the only ones keeping an eye on Oscar Piastri, Karun.
A second-place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So it's a good start from Norris. It's not a great start from Piastri, and Sainz gets through. Leclerc and Verstappen squabbling over 4th place at the moment. Looks like Max might take the place from him. And the side-by-side, Leclerc might have the edge. He'll have the outside through Brooklands, but then the inside through Luffield, and he actually powers ahead and takes that place. So Norris has kept the lead. Sainz has jumped Piastri. Leclerc has held off Verstappen. And Hamilton has dropped down into 11th place. Pourchaire is at 1 spot. He's got past Zhou. But it's as you were for Mick. We are a little bit heavy at the moment. I'm guessing most of the field, if not all of the field, is under fueled. Oh, and Piastri's developed a fault already.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
Not even a lap gone, and he's already carrying an issue with that car.
DRS enabled.
So yeah, we've overfueled so that we can be aggressive in the braking zones in this first stint.
Gap 09.
But I'm guessing a lot of the field is
Gap 07.
underfueled. In fact, let's just take a look at Gasly as an example. So we have, at the end of the first lap, we have with Mick 99.3 kilos of fuel. Gasly, 84.3. So he is 15 kilos of fuel less than us. He's going to have to do some serious fuel saving as this race progresses. We don't, and that is Sargent doing Sargent things.
Off.
Yes, you are. So both of our drivers are up a place. Did we get overtake credit for that? I think we might have done. I'm not entirely sure. Just dropping slightly off the back of Gasly. So let's push the batteries now. Oh, we've got a yellow flag somewhere.
Copy.
It's Ricciardo.
Copy.
There he is. He's locked up into Vale.
Now the action happens as they went into turn 16. Well, you can see the lockup. Now they did leave it very late.
He is definitely going to be coming back through the field, but we're now in target position for both drivers.
Doing a good job. Come on.
Tyres are looking okay at the moment as well. Better than everybody else's tyres apart from Norris. He's always a bit of a tyre whisperer.
Copy.
Okay, Albon really losing a lot of speed there, and look how quickly we're able to close up. Porsche now just about getting back into DRS range of Mick, and was broken away from Joe. Quite hard to refill the batteries on this circuit as well and stay competitive. It's very easy when you go into harvest mode to just get dropped. So I want to try and avoid harvesting where I can. I'm not going to sweat it too much if we drop just out of DRS range with our drivers, as long as we're not setting ourselves up to be overtaken from behind, because as the tyres wear down in front of us, the pace will come back to us. And Ricciardo and Sargent are both going to have to think about changing their strategy completely with their tyres looking as bad as they are. Magnussen's are not looking healthy either, at 66%. I'm not quite sure whether he just started on a set of scrubbed soft tyres or if he made a mistake somewhere. I didn't see him make a mistake. We know Ricciardo and Sargent both had lockups. Let's just dive into Magnussen and take a look at his tyre history. Yeah, he started on scrub tyres, look. Well, actually, no. That's Norris. Magnussen, there we go. Yeah, he started on scrubs, and he's just wearing them out. He's melting them. Look at the temperatures. That's why they're going down so quick. Those tyre temps are through the roof. See if we can get a decent thumbnail. See what we can do at Brooklands and Luffield. Well, actually, that's not too bad. Let's take one there. I've fallen behind a little bit on the thumbnails. I do need to actually crack on and get some of those done this weekend. That's not too bad either. There we go. There's a few options. We are definitely trailing behind the leaders, though. We're lapping over 2 seconds, well, about 2 seconds slower than the leaders. And we are already, how far behind are we? 20 seconds behind after just 5.5 laps. Yeah.
How are the tires?
Yeah, we're definitely going to get lapped, I think. I wonder if we're going to see 3 stops from some teams. I get the feeling we're going to definitely see hard tyres coming into play. As Ricciardo has powered past Zhou and is now all over the back of Porsche. So let's give Porsche the battle assist. See if we can hold up Ricciardo. My guess is probably not for very long. And there we go. He is through.
That's my mate.
But his tyres aren't great, so we may well see Porsche coming back at him down the hangar straight. Then again, we might not. Even with tyres that are definitely in much worse shape, that car is so much better than ours. Evening, Farah. Yeah, Vitz has now officially signed. We've agreed a £40 million pound deal with Bournemouth for Kierkegaard as well. And we've signed Frimpong. So, been a really good start to our transfer window. Now we just need to offload Darwin Nunez and bring in a decent number 9. Alright, we've got ourselves back into position to have a look at Gasly and Albon.
Yeah, a couple.
Let's see if we can put some pressure on. Lacking the top speed that we need to get some overtaking done, it would seem. So it looks like Sargent's going to be the first one to pit. No way through.
Cover.
So, looking back towards the front, Sainz is in the lead. He's got past Lando Norris now. Piastri still rocking third place. Leclerc in fourth, Max fifth, Yuki sixth, Perez seventh. That's Russell from Alonso, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Magnussen, Valtteri in 14th, 15th for Stroll, Gasly in 16th, Albon down in 17th, 18th for Mick. That's his target position for the day. 19th for Ricardo after his lockup. He's right on our backside. Peekaboo, I see you. Then it's Porsche, a couple of seconds back. There he is, with Joe right behind him. And then Logan Sargent still out there. Probably going to box at the end of this lap. Also with that big lockup. And there we go. Logan Sargent is into the pits. First car to stop.
Gap 03.
Bottas is going to be in very soon. Magnus is going to be in at the end of the lap as well. It is hard tyres for Logan Sargent. It's not a bad stop for the Williams.
How are the tires?
Starting to feel the fronts a bit.
I would like to try and get clear. We've got more pace in the corners to go, you know, be able to do faster lap times, but while we're stuck behind these guys, we don't really have the out and out pace we need to try and break through. Let's go a little bit more aggressive for a couple of laps with Mick, see if we can try and squeeze and overtake in. Ricardo's going to be trying very hard to get through now as well. He's getting close to his pit stop. Magnussen decided to carry on. I'm surprised by that. Let's really go for it. See if we can maybe throw it up the inside in the braking zone. Or get a really good launch out of a corner. Like this one maybe. It's just so hard to overcome that DRS in front. But we're pretty close now to Albon. This is probably the closest we've been. If we can get a really good launch out of Chapel, we might be able to do something to Albon in the braking zone at the end of the hangar straight into Stowe. No. Nope. We've got a yellow flag. We've also got two cars into the pits. Bottas running wide.
Let's have a look at that.
That'll be on the exit of Stowe.
Just a bit too wide at that point. They've got to be careful and watch the car there.
That happened right in front of us. And that's it. We're out of battery.
Copy.
That really did not work for us at all, did it?
We need to be ready.
Copy.
You ready?
Copy that.
Medium tyres from Valtteri. Magnussen has gone for mediums as well. Logan Sargent still hasn't even come up to the final corner yet. So what's going to happen is these guys are going to box. We're going to be exposed, and Ricciardo's going to... Well, actually, no, Ricciardo might box at the same time. But Ricciardo's going to undercut us, and those guys are going to pull away from us before we hit the pits. So let's just try and get as much battery in the car as we can. The dirty air is brutal around here with the realistic racing. As Ocon dives in. Ricciardo thought about a lunge. Are we going to see anyone diving in? Yep, there we go. Ricciardo and Albon both in. Now, we've got a chance here to actually get an overtake on Gasly, so let's try and go for it.
Copy.
Oh dear, that's not a good stop.
Problems for Ocon in the stop. That's good for us. Right rear didn't want to go on. Oh, it really doesn't want to go on, does it? Wow. Right, can Mick get a move done on Gasly?
Okay.
Gasly's going to be in at the end of this lap. His tyres are at 26%. We should be able to get past him, but I don't know. We haven't really looked all that capable up till this point. Oscar boxes from P3. Going on to a set of hard tyres. Sykes is going for the one stop. That's a good stop from McLaren. Right, are we going to get the move done here in the braking zone? I don't think we are.
We need to pass him. We are much faster than him. Come on.
There we go. He dives into the pits.
Copy.
Box this lap.
Copy. Box this up.
Plus you have air conditioning as well, don't you? Yeah, we don't really have that over here. I mean, not many houses have air conditioning fitted over here. Right, problem for Stroll.
Zero.
Big push.
Problem for George.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
But we don't know what it is. Norris's medium tyres, sorry, soft tyres are at 51%. Holy shit. In comes Hamilton from P10. Stroll is in as well. Decent stop for Lewis. In comes Stroll. And there is Schumacher.
And box.
Okay, copy, box.
2.8. It's not great.
Watch out, pit exit.
Zhou's in. Set of hard tyres for Zhou. And we come out right behind Gasly. And if this stint is anything like the last one, we're not likely to get past him either.
Gap 0.5.
So Ricciardo, having made that earlier stop, looking to try and work his way back up the order as both Red Bulls are in. That's a bad stop for Max. And that holds up Perez, and we have a is that a safety car?
There's a big crash.
He's here at turn 1. It's Oscar. Oscar and Russell.
What the?
And Russell only just getting back onto the track now. He's got damage to his front wing. Oscar doesn't have damage to his wing. He looks to have kind of got away with it a little bit. In comes Teo. Oh, that's a nice stop. 2.4. Pit crew starting to hit those lower times a little bit more consistently. You'll see Mick go whizzing through. There he is. And that is a 5-second penalty for Oscar Piastri for causing that collision. Yeah, I got a buddy over in Virginia Beach who said the weather's getting quite crazy over there. So mixed tyres are now up to temperature. We have a yellow flag. And that is Alex Albon making a mistake.
The yellows into that area.
Copy. Sorry.
Definitely won't have done his soft tyres any favours there. We might be in a position to maybe have a look at him in a minute. Porsche's tyres about to get it to the right temperature. So Sainz still leads from Norris. The gap's now 3 seconds. Leclerc in third is a further second or so behind. Tsunoda's down now 16.5 seconds. That's a big gap. So as much as that RB has come on this season, it's still a long way off Ferrari and McLaren at the moment.
Copy, copy.
Evening, Comet. Mick can't keep up, it would seem. The car just doesn't have enough oomph in the straights. We just weren't able to get any real overtaking done. Although, there is still going to be fuel saving that needs to be done by other cars. So we did a comparison between Schumacher and Gasly at the very beginning after one lap. We've now done 19 laps. We're on lap 20 as Russell's fault develops.
Deployment out of 10 feels terrible.
So let's take a quick look at the fuel loads now, shall we? So Schumacher is now almost at fuel neutral. He has 64 kilos of fuel. Gasly has 54, so he's down 10 kilos at the moment. He was down 15. So that might come back to us a little bit in the final stint. We've got another set of softs to come. We might be looking at mediums for some of these guys because they're burning through their tyres quite quickly. They might even have to go hard tyres. Kind of matching Albon in terms of lap time at the moment. I'm going to just ease off the engines now. I think we have done Silverstone in the past, but we can always do another one if you want. Really bad stop for George. Really bad stop for George. And that brings him out behind Porsche. So we're back to target position for Schumacher. Don't know if George can go to the end on those tyres. He might be able to, but I think he might well be pushing those a bit and then two-stopping. So we'll see what he does. And with battery issues, he might not be able to get through on Porsche very easily.
Gap 1.5 behind.
So Tsunoda, who's been struggling for pace a little bit,
Dear, that's not what they
now
need
has
right
a problem with the car. Still running in P4, yet to stop. Going to be stopping soon. But he's now 20 odd seconds, 22 seconds or so behind Sainz. He's a pit stop behind Sainz almost. This is still 2024 in game, yes. He's starting to get held up a little bit in the dirty air. All right, leaders are in. Sainz and Norris both stopping at the same time. Leclerc carries on. It's hard tyres for Sainz. And for Norris as well. Pretty similar stop times for the pair of them by the look of it. If anything, Norris has stopped slightly quicker by the look of it. And they get out in front of Yuki Tsunoda and Oscar Piastri. That's critical for Norris. That he gets out in front of Piastri, who's now going to struggle to get past Tsunoda, because Tsunoda's going to sit on Norris's gearbox until he boxes. All right, we are going to push. Let's see if we can break our way through.
Head down now, try to get a good pace.
Don't think we got the DRS. Yes, we did, just. Problem is, Albon's got it on Gasly. Are we talking British Grand Prix in history, or are we talking just Silverstone? Because we've got Brands Hatch in the mix as well. Is that smoke in front of us? Or is it just a smudge on the visor, on the camera lens? I think it's just a smudge on the camera. Thought I was seeing smoke coming out the back of the car in front of us then. Yeah, it's just a little bit of lens flaring. Just at Silverstone.
Do your best.
I think that might be Prost. This is why I was asking, because I know it's close between Prost and Mansell, but Mansell got one of his wins at Brands Hatch, which I think was in 86,
Okay, good job.
maybe 87. All right, we've got through on Gasly. We're out of battery. Calm the tyres down, calm the fuel back down. Yeah, I'm going to go Prost. How many times? Is it 4 times? Or? I know Mazda won 4 British Grand Prix. I'm not sure how many in total Prost got, but I'm going to say 4. Russell cleared us quite comfortably, despite his issues. At the end of the day, it's still a much better car than ours, even if it isn't an amazing car.
Temperatures are okay.
Okay.
It's definitely not Vettel. Vettel's only won here twice, I think. Right, Alonso's into the pits. Is he still on his first set of tyres? No, it doesn't tell me. We'll have to wait till he gets out of the pits. Oh, is it 5? One away. So yeah, that was Alonso's first stop. So he's definitely going to the end on a 1-stop here. Leclerc's going to 1-stop this as well, because he hasn't stopped yet.
Come on.
Damn, George is caught up to Mick. He's pushing hard at the moment, his old Georgie boy. And there is Charles into the pits. From the lead, he's going to forfeit the lead. That much is a given. Where's he going to come out? It'll be close with him and Verstappen, I think. It is going to be very close, but he's just going to stay ahead of Max into the village and the loop. He is going to be vulnerable here, though, down the Wellington Straight. Those are cold tyres, and Max has got that DRS. Let's see if he has a lunge into Brooklands. He has to think about it, but he can't get through, and that might be his opportunity gone. Unless he can get a lunge into Stowe, and it's possible Leclerc may have his tyres close to temperature by then. We'll keep an eye on these two. And yeah, I think that's it for Verstappen's chances of getting ahead. New fastest lap for Lando Norris, a 1:30.6. Trying to hunt down Carlos Sainz. Both on hard tyres. Both probably Going to try and go to the end. He might have to stop again. Leclerc and Alonso have definitely got enough to go to the end. Not sure about these two. Let's check back in with Schumacher. We have caught back up to this pack.
Yeah, copy.
Let's try and squeeze some battery in. Magnussen is acting as a bit of a roadblock at the moment as Albon makes the move on him. And we haven't got the pace to actually punch our way through. Porsche has caught Gasly. He has got a little bit of spare pace.
Copy.
So we'll see if we can punch him past Gasly. Oscar has got an escalation of his issue here by the look of it.
The vibration's quite bad now.
So can Teo make the move on Pierre?
03.
It's the battle of the
Try to
Frenchman.
keep going.
New fastest lap for Oscar, despite having some bad vibrations. And Leclerc now goes quickest with a 129.9. That's half a second quicker than Oscar just went.
Any good pace? Let's get him.
But yeah, we just hit a brick wall. Magnussen hits the pits. And our chance on Gasly, I think, is just gone. Because he's now onto the back of Schumacher. So let's calm things down and let's start harvesting
Remember, we need the tires for long.
with Teo as well. Mick's just about staying in DRS range at the moment. Pace should pick up a little bit. George will punch through in a second.
Copy.
Gap
Okay,
05.
OBS is coming up with error. YouTube is not
coming
responding.
to us.
I hope you guys are still with me.
Understood.
String quality might be suffering a little bit. Not sure what's causing that, whether it's the weather or not.
How are the
Should hopefully stabilise. It's just gone to excellent condition again, so
Both seem to degrade a bit, but it's still fine to go.
evening, Adrian.
just looking ahead?
Copy that.
Alright, come on, Mick.
Keep reeling him in.
Albon's going to box this lap, you watch.
Up 1.1.
Yeah, there he goes,
Eyes
into the
forward,
pits.
clean driving, come on.
Ocon's in as well.
Copy. Copy.
Hards for Albon. For Ocon even. Mediums for Albon.
Copy, copy.
And immediately we start to pull away from Gasly again now that we've got some clear air in front of us. Let's see if Porsche gets stuck behind Gasly in the same way that Mick got stuck behind Albon. Yeah, we just don't have the pace
Copy, copy.
to punch through. We've got so much more pace, and there we go. He's actually been freed up.
Copy, copy.
So, what tyres is Gasly sticking on? Is this another set of mediums, or is he going hards?
Copy.
It's hards. Oscar's in for his second stop. Here we go, Charles Leclerc. He's going to serve that 5-second penalty as well from that collision with George. And Perez now in as well. What tyres did he put on? Was it mediums? I didn't see actually. I think it's mediums. Yes, mediums. Medium tyres for Checo as well. Decent stop there. Let's see how if we're still in contention for pit stop points. Yes, we are. Look at that. We've got the third quickest stop again. Very nice.
Focus on yourself.
Pit windows are about to open up as Joe develops a fault. So yeah, we're back in the 133s, having been stuck in the 134s. But it's not looking great for us in terms of genuine pace at the moment. We're struggling so much with a shortage of parts. Now that we've got that new slot, though, in the warehouse, in the factory, we can start to pick up our manufacturing a little bit faster. We can get 3 different projects being built at the same time now. And we've only got 2 races to go till the mid-season break. And that will give us a chance to kind of restock and refresh and reset, ready for the second half of the season. As in comes Hulkenberg, and we have a yellow flag out on track somewhere. Is that a collision? It is.
For potential debris.
Well, and this is behind us with cars that's important for us as well. A little clip there with Gasly and I think Sargent. Sargent really struggling on those tyres. He's creating a rolling roadblock at the moment here on Magnussen, Albon and Gasly. He's doing us a big favour. Let's have a look at Gasly. Has he got any damage? Doesn't look like it. Joe comes into the pits. Deemed a racing incident there between Logan Sargent and Pierre Gasly, which I think is fair. Medium tyres going on for Joe. We are going on to soft tyres as Max comes in for his final stop. This will probably be for softs if he's got softs available. Doesn't. He's gone hard tyres, and it's another bad stop for Max. That's 2 bad stops in a row as Oscar sets a new fastest lap, a 129.3. He's going to be quick on those mediums, but he's 20 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. So, yeah, Leclerc's got a chance of catching Norris, maybe. They're lapping very, very close in terms of pit stop times. Once again, it looks like Sainz has got this race sewn up at the moment. As Ricciardo is up into the pits from 10th place. His recovery drive going okay after dropping all the way down. And he's going soft tyres, so he's going to be quite punchy on this final stint. And annoyingly for us, he's going to come out right behind us and then punch straight through past us and dent our confidence just before we hit the pits. Right, how are we looking? Stopping on the next lap. Sargent is finally into the pits. He's going on to a set of medium tyres. It'll be him to the flag. And there's not many cars left that need to stop now. Hamilton needs to stop, currently running in P6. Stroll needs to stop. Russell needs to stop. We need to stop. And that's it. Everyone else should theoretically be able to go to the end, although maybe not the front. Well, the front two should. They might have to stop again. Might have to. And there is Stroll into the pits, so that's one less car that still needs to stop. George still needs to stop himself, but he should easily stay ahead of us. There we go. Teo's been overtaken.
Come on.
Box now, push to box.
Copy for box.
Box, 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 box.
So pit stops are blocked in.
Copy box.
Big push, try to use the tire.
We have 16 laps to go, and we are very close to getting lapped. Very close to getting lapped. Porsche is about to get lapped there. There is Sainz. There is Norris. Hamilton's in and has gone onto a set of hard tyres to go to the end. Through goes Daniel Ricciardo. Into the pits comes Mick Schumacher, so he will avoid getting blue flagged. Valtteri snuck his way through behind Carlos Sainz. And through goes Lando Norris. And now Stroll's going to try and jump us as well. He's going to get that move done. He's got so much more grip, but this will give us DRS, so let's go into harvest.
Copy.
Let's push the tyres. It's a 2.79.
We might be fighting
For
some
Mick.
guys on pit exit.
It's not amazing.
Trying to get you.
Can we get out in front of Kevin? No, we can't. Can we get the DRS off the... Oh, god damn it. Gasly's gone through. We're always stuck behind Gasly.
Copy.
Now Leclerc's going to potentially blue flag us as well. I think we'll just about hold off Leclerc.
Don't worry
There we
about
go,
that.
into the pits for Teo. So we've had a 2.4 second stop from Teo. I was hoping we'd get a good stop out of Mick, but unfortunately that was not the case. Can we get an even better time out of Teo? No, but it's still pretty decent, 2.5. It's better than anything Mick's crew's been able to do today.
Copy.
Right, Piastri is coming up behind us. Let's see if we can use Piastri to punch our way through.
0.2 seconds left.
Pourchaire's come out in 21st place. His target is 20th.
Copy. Copy.
George hits the pits for his final stop of the Grand Prix. And he's gone on to a set of softs. Not a bad stop. Cut back to Mick.
Focus on going forward now.
Mick's target for the race is 18th. I'm hopeful we can get higher than that.
Copy.
We should be able to get past Gasly. First, we have to get past Magnussen.
No looking in the mirrors. Full focus ahead. Come on.
Magnussen is able to stay in Gasly's DRS at the moment, which is so annoying because I'm putting him under as much pressure as I can, but I can't get him to drop out of the DRS, which means I probably can't get the overtake done. I can't. Right, I'm going to have to bide my time a bit more.
Come on.
This is just crippling confidence every time. Oh, wow, we're actually closer at the moment now that we've calmed the tyres down and we're in harvest. Magnussen might have just dropped out of DRS range.
Nice forward, come on.
He did. So here's an opportunity. And there we go. We go through. We try and push to get him through and he can't. We back him off and all of a sudden, phew, straight through.
Good job, come on.
Cool down.
Copy.
See if we can get past Joe.
Copy. Copy.
Joe's catching the back of Magnussen, so he's now going to be getting a DRS defense boost. Yeah, look what's happened to Magnussen since he dropped out of that DRS. Look how much he's falling behind.
Nice forward.
And already we're onto the back of Pierre.
In 2 seconds now.
The RS is starting to get into a bit of an issue. It's condition. Nothing I can do about that. It's the only one we've got.
Come on, mate.
New fastest lap for George Russell on 28.9. Can we follow through? No. Magnussen cuts back in front of us. So let's bide our time here on Magnussen.
Still a very long way to go. Don't go crazy on the rears.
Copy. Copy, copy.
Into the final 10 laps of the Grand Prix.
Gap 07. You can do it.
And now Magnussen's vulnerable.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
See Porsche in the background is shaping up. Couldn't quite get him this time, but we are getting a bit more battery in the car. He might still be able to make a move into Vale.
What you can do, mate.
As I think about it, Magnussen chops him up.
Yeah, mate, no stress.
Copy. Copy.
Let's give Mick an opportunity here, and now let's try and punch through as well there.
Copy.
Magnussen is so slow. We have so much more pace, but we just can't get the hammer down quickly enough to make the overtake. There's Verstappen in the background with Yuki Tsunoda just a second behind him.
So let's try to do a engine cannon.
Have to get the move done. Gonna look to the insides, under braking, and he is finally through. Mick still not through. Push the battery, the fuel again. About 1.8, 1.9 kilos of fuel around Silverstone, so we've still got plenty to play about with, about 1.5 kilos of fuel. And this time we should get the move done. We're right behind him.
Let's go, come on, eyes forward.
And there we go, moved on under braking. And already, look how far ahead of Porsche, of Magnussen we are. Or is that? Yeah, that's because Max has blue flagged him. Okay, but even so, I mean, his tyres are falling apart. He might well have to stop again. He gets lapped by Yuki Tsunoda, who also might need to stop again. I'm looking at Sainz's tyres, actually, and I don't know if he can go the distance.
Don't worry.
Leclerc can. Is Leclerc going to, sneak the win here?
Copy.
Porsche is already onto the back of Joe.
Copy. Copy, copy.
See if we can use Verstappen as a stalking horse. Not quite as cleanly as I would have liked, but we got the move done.
Easy, mate, easy.
Copy.
And we get into peak confidence for the first time this Grand Prix. I think, actually, no. I think Teo got a couple of places and got peak right at the very, very beginning. But it's the first time since the very beginning of the Grand Prix we've been in peak. Mick is hunting down Alex Albon. Has got a chance of taking Albon, and it's not impossible that we might get Ocon as well. Lapping a second quicker than the pair of them at the moment. Plenty of spare life in the tyre. They're not going to get blue flagged. Neither is Mick. So Porsche has done what he needed to do and got into the top 20. We might yet be able to get him past Gasly, because Gasly is going to get blue flagged for Max. Max is lapping about a second quicker, and we're keeping pace with Max just about. So we might be able to sneak our way through there as well. We only took about 0.4 of a second, 4.5 tenths out of Albon that lap. We are still closing in.
Yeah, on the tires.
Starting to struggle to clear.
Gap now under 2 seconds. Four laps to go when we cross the line. You can see we're now just 2.5 seconds or so behind Gasly.
Head down, come on, head down.
We are staying on the back of Max very nicely here.
Same fuel.
Copy.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
5 to go.
Oh, it's an escalation
Well,
potentially
yeah,
for
right.
Yuki.
It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Or is it just a new fault? He did have an earlier fault. Maybe it just cleared up, but his car's struggling a little bit again. He should have enough left in him to hold off Perez over the last couple of laps, but he's got to be careful. Mick now just a second or so behind Alex Albon. We got DRS on the back of Max. Max is about to hit the back of Gasly. We are well positioned here to try and slipstream our way through.
Copy.
Thanks, Crofty, for the insight on Yuki's mechanical issues. Yeah, I know, it's the most redundant bit of additional commentary in the game. Oh, yeah, it looks like you've got an issue. Yeah, we know that. But what is it? I don't know. Side by side. Can we get the power down on the exit? Yes, we can. We're out of battery, though.
Copy, copy.
But we are through into 18th place. I kind of wish I'd gone 18th now with Teo instead of 20th, but we did all right. 3 laps to go, and we are in range of Albon, who's only a second or so behind Ocon. Albon's tyres falling apart. But he's closing in, though. That's the annoying thing. Which means he's going to have DRS, which is going to make it a nightmare to try and pass him.
Gap 07. Okay, mate, no worries. Race is long.
But a chance at 2 more places for Mick. All right, we're clear of Gasly, so I'm going to put the fuel down into standard. I'm going to drop the fuel down here as well. There'll be 2 laps to go across the line. Actually, let's just push the fuel for this lap while we try and make the move.
Yeah, copy.
3 laps to go.
2 laps to go. We're a lap down. was hoping I could put enough pressure on Albon to make him go defensive and drop him out of Ocon's DRS. That unfortunately didn't happen.
Gap 0-3.
Remember the eye.
But we might be able to have a lunge. We've got a lot of grip. It's not going to happen. Maybe a good exit out of Luffield. Albon having to go defensively. He's losing a little bit of ground.
Understood.
Trying to put that pressure on. Make him drop the DRS. It's not going to happen. He's going to get it. Damn it. Look how much pressure we're putting him under. And we're catching Valtteri as well.
Get on the rhythm, come on.
Right, it's just down to tyres now. I'm just going to hope.
Copy.
2 laps to go.
Ah, nearly got the move done.
Copy.
Albon's lost the DRS though. We dive on through. Ocon is now 2.5 seconds ahead. I don't think we're going to catch him.
Good job, good job. Keep it up.
But we're going to pull away from Albon pretty convincingly. His tyres are gone. They've hit the cliff. So P16 and P18 here as well.
Push, push.
Just make sure the tyres don't pop. Sainz does win, only just by less than a second from Lando Norris in the end. They were able to keep those tyres alive just long enough.
Just amazing. I think that's a race that people will be talking about for years to come.
Norris second, Leclerc third, just half a second behind Norris in the end. Almost made his 2-stop work against the 1-stops. Piastri will get 4th place. Max a very distant 5th place, but did get ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, who was having some issues with his car throughout the race. Temporary faults plaguing him at various different points. Still, 6th place is more good points for Tsunoda. Perez 7th, 8th for Hamilton, 9th for Alonso. Ricciardo managed to get himself back into the points just after that very, very early lockup. And there is another fault for Yuki.
Mate, I think AJ is doing something funny.
It's not a particularly in-depth technical bit of feedback there from Tsunoda, but it's a lot more detailed than we get from Crofty. And Daniel Ricciardo will bring it home for that final point ahead of Nico Hülkenberg. It's good for us because it keeps Haas from scoring points. It means we stay 7th.
What a race that was! And there, of course, we see Lance strolling in.
Just out of the points today with a P12 finish in the end.
And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
4 superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
Well, we might be in Britain, but our podium finishers won't be celebrating with a cup of tea tonight. They'll be staying true to Formula One tradition. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there though.
And here in Silverstone, the weekend now draws to a close.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
And that's going to be a horrible Grand Prix for us. So, confirmation of the final result. Carlos Sainz gets another win. He's starting to really build some momentum now. Lando in second. Leclerc takes the final step on the podium. It's 4th place for Oscar, 5th for Verstappen, 6th for Tsunoda, 7th for Perez. Hamilton gets 8th place and some much needed points for him. Alonso in 9th. Ricciardo recovering well to get the final point ahead of Nico Hülkenberg. Then it's Stroll in 12th. 13th for George Russell. A lap down, got the fastest lap, but outside the top 10, so won't get the point for it. Valtteri Bottas in 14th. 15th for Ocon. 16th for Schumacher, up 4 places. 17th for Albon. 18th for Porsche, also up 4 places. Then it's Gasly from Zhou, Magnussen and Sargent bringing up the rear. Let's take a look at the driver standings. Sainz now on 250 points. He now has 4 wins to go along with 4 wins for Charles Leclerc. Leclerc on 213 has a sprint win as well, but Sainz has just been that bit more consistent. You see there, Leclerc 7 podiums. It's 10 podiums for Sainz. So he really has been, on it, really, this season. He's got a 37-point lead over his teammate. He's got a 16-point lead over Lando at the top of the standings. Max in 4th is losing ground to the front 3 yet again. He's now down by 43 points to Leclerc and down by 80 points now to Carlos Sainz. So it looks like we are going to have a new champion. And at the moment, it's going to be one of these 3. It's just going to be interesting to see if Leclerc can pick his form back up again. Oscar in 5th gets another 12 points. He scores 2 more than Max to continue to just slowly close that gap. It's currently 46 points. Still quite big, but he is making some little bits of progress here and there. 6 points for Perez today. He stays 6th. He's on 79. Yuki Tsunoda outscored him by 2. Gap down to just 9 points now. Yuki in 7th with 70. 10 clear of George, who failed to score. Ricciardo on 45 points in 9th, ahead of Lance Stroll on 35. Hamilton moves up into 11th as he overtakes Fernando Alonso by 1 point. Porsche remains in 13th ahead of Alex Albon. Valtteri Bottas has a point in 15th, and then the non-scorers, it's still Hülkenberg from Mick, then Ocon, Gasly, Sargent, Magnussen and Zhou. Let's take a look at the constructors. Ferrari stretching their legs at the top. 40 points earned tonight against 30 for McLaren, so they stretched their gap by another 10 points. They're on 463, and that now puts them over 100 points clear, 105 points to be precise, after 12 rounds of the season. McLaren in second are a long way ahead of Red Bull in third. They are 109 points clear of Red Bull, who only picked up 16 points today. RB on 115 now. They picked up 9 points. Mercedes in 5th have 83. Aston have 57. And then it's a long way back to everybody else. It's still very tight, look. Just 2 points separating the bottom 5 teams. We are in 7th on 2, ahead of Williams on position count back as we had a 9th place. Williams have had 2 10th places. Sauber have 1 point in 9th. Then it's Haas from Alpine in 10th and 11th, both on 0 points. Now, did we hang on for 3rd place in the pit stop challenge? Yes, we did. Excellent stuff. No sign of Mick. Wasn't overly far away in the end with a 2.60 for Ricciardo. Mick's best. Actually, no, yeah, he was, wasn't he? I thought he had a 2.6. He didn't. He had a 2.8 and a 2.79. So Mick not close, but some good points for Porsche again. That gives us another 15 points. As many points as we can get this season is just a chance of moving up the order a little bit in the standings overall for extra prize money at the end of the season. So let's hope we can continue to improve. We actually tied with Leclerc, look, for fastest time as well on 2.443. But it gave us the edge there. Very nice. Gasly actually had the quickest stop today, 2.388 ahead of Oscar Piastri. Then Porsche and Leclerc. Then RB getting 2 cars in the top 10, 5th and 10th. Mercedes getting Hamilton into 6th, Williams 7th, Sauber 8th, and Aston 9th. So the standings now look like this. McLaren stretching their lead again. 282 points now. They are 98 points clear of Ferrari, who've moved back into 2nd place over Red Bull. Red Bull not scoring any points today. Didn't see what Checo's times were, but Max's stops were both pretty disastrous. Alpine back into 4th place over Mercedes. They scored 25 points thanks to Pierre Gasly there. They are now clear by 8. Then it's RB in 6th on 102, just 7 behind Mercedes. Aston have 87, 56 points for Williams. We are up to 9th on 50 points, close behind Williams and jumping over Sauber. And Haas still bottom, but with 10 points. Both drivers also get their sponsor targets, 452 grand for Mick, 339 for Porsche, because I played it a little bit more conservatively with him. So it's 791,000 and change added to our bank balance. And let's head back to HQ. So, a little bit of housekeeping to do before we finish our stream tonight. First off, we've got that front wing confirmation. That's already on the car. We fitted that on the Saturday. But that does free the slot up for us to make some extra front wings now, and rear wings as well. Pedro Matos has gone up by a point to 77 overall. That is Mick's engineer, so good that he's improving. Let's dive into the inbox first of all. So post-race data, did we come through unscathed this weekend? Yes, we did. Look at that. No parts broke. That is very nice. Very nice indeed. They see we finished ahead of our expected finishing positions. 4 places up for Porsche, 5 places up for Mick. We know about that front wing. We have a regulation vote. Sporting changes for next season. No change to engines, that's going to stay at 4, but we are going to get an extra ERS and an extra gearbox. We are going to vote for that and see if the rest of the grid goes with that as well. I really hope they do. It would be very nice. Let's immediately start building some more parts, shall we? So we need... What's the biggest thing that we need? Because we've got another slot opening up in a day, so let's find what's going to take the longest time to do. Probably suspensions. Or chassis, actually. We've got new chassis coming. Can we hang on? I'd really like it to be able to hang on if at all possible. So let's go with suspensions. Let's build 2 spares for 600 grand. We have 11 days until Budapest, so we will have at least one of those available as a spare going into the next race. We don't need to replace any parts, which is so nice. Tempted to add another underfloor, but we've got too many other parts that we need to build. So we'll have to just wait a moment on that one, unfortunately. Let's check in with the board. I'm guessing they were a little bit unhappy. We did give them a new boardroom upgrade recently, so let's see if that's helped. Satisfied, so maybe saved us from getting disappointed. They're still happy overall, and they still have high confidence in us overall at the moment, as we are currently 2 places above our season objective. So if we can just stay in high confidence for 2 more Grand Prix, that's an extra 1.5 million paid out to us. In fact, I think we get that after Hungary, don't we? Or is it after Spa? It's after Spa. Okay, so yeah, we've got to wait 2 more weeks. 3 more weeks, but 2 more races. After Spa, if we're still in high confidence with the board, we will get an extra 1.5 mil. If we drop down to medium confidence, that's worth 750 grand. If we go to low, then it'll be 0. And if it goes to lost or confidence, we get fired. So I think we're okay from that perspective, but I don't know anything else, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the Aurelien Pallier situation. Has 1 year to go. It's still going to be expensive to buy out that contract at the end of the year. Don't have the money to spare to sort that out now, unfortunately. But we are going to have to make a decision about that at some point. Matt Harmon is really enthusiastic. He's settling in very well at the team. 2 years left on his deal. We've still got another year left on Dirk de Beer as well. He's doing pretty well for us. So we'll keep him for next season, but we might look at maybe changing him out at the end of next season. Let's see. We've got to go 1 day, haven't we? There we go. Let's get that manufacturing job done there. So let's go to car parts here. We need to build hopefully just 1 rear wing. We definitely need a couple of new front wings, because we don't have any. We don't have enough for both cars yet, so we need at least 2 front wings. I'm going to build a rear wing first. In fact, actually, let me quickly check what is the condition of the rear wing on Mick's car. Medium risk, so that's going to go. Side pods are at high risk now, but we've got new side pods coming. So let's build 2 rear wings, so that we have a spare for when it breaks on Mick's car, which it will do after Budapest. And then in 6 days' time, we'll come back and slap a couple of front wings in there. Let's see. We've got some scout reports back on Daniel Ricciardo and Kevin Magnussen. So, yeah, stats aren't amazing. 5 mil salary. His cornering and braking aren't great. His reactions aren't too bad. His accuracy is good. His control's good. Smoothness is good. Adaptability is decent. Overtaking and defending are better than what we've got at the moment. Let's go to his profile. His stats are going to be higher if we look here, because he's boosted by having that high mentality. And let's go back to our inbox and take a look at Magnussen. Magnussen's a bit more of a scattergun approach. He's demoralized, though, at the moment. He's cheap as well. He's only 3 mil. If we could get him in and cheer him up, he could do a decent job for us. Smoothness isn't amazing. Braking is not great. Cornering's okay. Accuracy's okay. Control's okay. Adaptability's pretty strong. Overtaking and defending aren't amazing. He would definitely be a downgrade compared to Ricciardo. And that's what his stats look like at the moment, because he's demoralized. 68 on braking, 68 on smoothness. Is free next season. I don't know. Don't know if I want to take that gamble. Let's have a look at who else is also available. So let's take a look at Checo. I know Checo is going to be very expensive, but let's see how he's looking. Valtteri is not an option because he's already got a contract agreed with Mercedes. Lawson's already got a contract agreed with RB for next season. I don't think there is really anybody that we could go with apart from maybe Logan Sargent. Let's scout him. He's still young. Jessica Hawkins has announced her retirement. She always retires at this point, unless you edit that in the online database. So we won't be seeing her next year. Let's see, we are 10 days away. It's advance time. Yes, I know we've got low stock on the rear wings. That's why we're building rear wings. Matt Harmon goes up to an 80 overall. Very nice. There are the rear wings that he was just complaining, oh, we don't have enough rear wings. Now we do. Let's now get some spare front wings. Okay. We've got our scout reports back. We'll check those out in a moment. Mick has re-signed. Was this an immediate effect contract? I can't remember. What's his current contract situation with us? 3.7. So I think this might be an instant effect contract. I'm not 100% certain, but he's happy to accept the contract that we've offered him. It's going to save us an extra 100 and something thousand a year. It's not a massive saving, but it's a little bit of a saving. We are going to have to pay out 250k as a signing bonus, but that's okay. Let's confirm that. And Mick has committed to keep racing for the team. So let's go back to his profile. He's now into high mentality. And that was an instant contract update. So that contract has started now. So that will run for another 3.5 years. All right. Regulation votes. Yes, it's been passed 7-4. Alpine, Williams, Haas and Sauber voted against getting extra engine parts, but Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, RB and Aston all joined with us in voting through the extra gearbox and ERS units for next season. Lovely. That's the rear wing email. We know about those. Let's take a look at Logan Sargent's stats. You see, these are about the same, if not slightly better than Magnussen. He's in negative mentality, but I think he might actually be slightly better than Kevin Magnussen. It's a little hard to tell because they're both with negatives. Magnussen is in negative mentality as opposed to just miserable. He's deeply unhappy, demoralized. So we can't get a complete picture looking at them this way, but we can if we check the emails. So where is my Logan Sargent there? So that's Logan. That's Magnussen. So 81, 76 and 82 against 77, 79 and 81. So slight edge for Magnussen, but Sargent is younger and will be able to improve at a higher rate. Then we're looking at what, 82, 80, 74. Yeah, he's looking pretty similar to Magnussen. Magnussen's got a huge advantage in adaptability. But Logan Sargent might be worth a punt next season if we do decide to move Perez on. We might, not Perez, Pourchaire on. We'll keep an eye on him. He's not going to be signed for anybody next season, so he's definitely available. Perez also is a completely free agent next season. Salary 8.8 mil. We would have to offer him a bit less than that and hope that he would accept it. But looking at his stats, pretty good. Adaptability really not good. 72. Everything else pretty good. He might be able to do a decent job for us. Bit of a conundrum. Right. Let me take a look at scouting sporting directors. We've got some guys marked, but we haven't scouted them yet. Let's scout Andy Stevenson. And we'll scout Julian Rouse. Both of those guys will be moved out of that position at the end of the season. In reality. Are we scouting him? Scout unavailable. Scouting in progress. Am I scouting someone else, or is it just not registering that I was scouting him? Might just not be registering. We've got 4 days to go now till Budapest. Let's see. Staff survey results. So they both have positive mentality. Mick is unhappy with car performance. Pourchaire's biggest issue is that his car is not as good as his teammates, but that's his own fault. Both engineers are very unhappy with car performance. Neutral overall. Matt Harmon is absolutely loving life here at Nissan. Dirk De Beers having a pretty good time. Unhappy with car performance, but at least he's not very unhappy. Aurelian's not really enjoying his time here. Tuka is positive overall, but very unhappy with the car performance, and I really don't care about these two because they're going as soon as we can get rid of them. Let's advance time a bit more, shall we? There we go. So into the inbox. The race preview. We'll check that in a second. There's a high chance of rain. Let's take a look at the forecast. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a very, very wet race by the look of it. Or at least part of the race is going to be very wet. 19 degrees and heavy rain forecast for race day. That could make a very difficult race even harder because we won't have any DRS if it's wet. And that's going to be potentially our only chance of actually moving forward is on the DRS straight. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that Grand Prix. That's going to be painful. Let's check what we can do to fix up the cars, shall we? So we still don't have another chassis. But we do have another front wing now. Onto Teo's car. They're both on the same rear wing now. They're both on the side pod. We have a spare to replace the side pod that's going to break at the end of this weekend for Schumacher. We have a spare underfloor now. And we have a spare suspension. We've got 7 days to go until we get new chassis that we can start to build. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to try and tough it out. I don't really want to have to build any more chassis. So we're going to go into Spa, not ideally situated for pace. But as I say, we've got a lot of new parts coming onto the car for the end of the summer break when we come back and go to Zandvoort. So we'll see how that goes. Let's take a quick look. We scouted Chaco. Let's start looking at some younger drivers as well. Have I actually got them marked here? We've got Rio. He's joining. No, we haven't got Rio. It's Ritomo. He's joining us. Not interested because it's a race weekend. My scouts are busy at the moment. Still very tempted to try and sign Arvid and then have him and Tuka as drivers to try and develop. Don't know if I can really justify signing Arvid though. We've got Lawrence. That's an interesting looking Lawrence. Who else? Let's go by age. Kimmy's already spoken for. Nicholas Solov is a potential. Alex Dunn, maybe. Kasper Stuka. He's not going to leave the Red Bull program. And then heading down, we've got Fornavroli, another young Italian. Bortoletto's already got a contract signed to join Sauber next season, as you can see. Who else? Isaac is already going to RB next year. Ollie Behrman's going to Haas next year. Jack Crawford will not be joining us. We'll be keeping him aside so that he can go to Cadillac when Cadillac join the grid. Where's Victor Martin? There he is, 23 years old. Maybe. I'll have to think about that. Right, there we go. That is it for today's Grand Prix racing. There is a summary of the standings, top 7 showing for both championships. It's Sainz from Norris and then Leclerc in 3rd. Ferrari from McLaren and Red Bull. Tsunoda is sitting in 7th in the drivers. You can see that we are sitting 7th just in the constructors. So we are still ahead of target. Still just about hanging on in there. Race went slightly better than I thought it would. Although it was really frustrating just not being able to utilise the actual pace that we did have. We had more pace than we could show, but we just weren't able to show it because of the dirty air. It killed us. So I expect a lot more of the same at Budapest, if not worse, because it's so hard to overtake there. And if it is going to rain, like it looks like it's going to rain for the whole Grand Prix, we might not actually get any overtaking done ourselves at all. We might have to just try and do something funky with tyre strategy. I don't know if that means pushing really hard, going for an early undercut, and then just really protecting the tyres and hoping that the clear air will and better grip will bring us into a better position, or whether we just try and hang it out for as long as we can and try and make one fewer stops. That's probably the way I'm going to go, but we'll have to wait and see. It will be very interesting to see what happens with that weather. Last time we had what we thought was going to be a wet race. It turned out that it was just a little bit of rain partway through the Grand Prix. So it's not a guarantee that the whole thing will be wet. It could still be dry for a chunk of the Grand Prix. or even most of the Grand Prix. So I think we'll have to kind of hang our hat on that and hope that we do get that transition onto dries, or transition from dries onto inters after a decent period of dry running. And let's see if we can then maybe get a well-timed pit stop to maybe gain a bit of extra track position there as well. Qualifying is going to be essential. It's going to be very hard to qualify without getting held up, and it's just going to be hard for us to get a decent qualifying position in general because the car is not great at the moment. So definitely going to have our work cut out for us tomorrow, but we'll see how we do. Hopefully, actually no, it's Friday today, isn't it? That's Monday's Grand Prix, not tomorrow. A little bit of a brain fart there. We will have another episode of American Truck Sim go live tomorrow. There'll also be another episode of The Precinct, I believe. And Construction Simulator 3 Console Edition goes live on the channel tomorrow as well. As does Part 2, which goes live on Sunday. So, plenty of content to keep me busy over the weekend, as well as... do we have a Grand Prix this weekend? No, it's next weekend, isn't it? A little bit of a gap. But, yeah, hopefully you'll have a good weekend. I will try and get on at some point this weekend for a another Euro Truck live stream on Sunday. Not sure if I can definitely do that, and if so, what time that will be. But if you're not subscribed, then hit the subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications as to when my streams do go live, and also when the new videos drop as well. So hope you've enjoyed today's race. If you have, then a thumbs up would be awesome, and I will see you all again for another live stream, maybe Sunday, definitely Monday, and check out those other videos over the weekend as well. Until then, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.